¿Quién mató la idea? Esta es un poquito la película que vamos a ver sobre este misterio. ¿Quién ha matado la idea y cómo este detective intenta solucionarlo? Noche temática en arte sobre creación de ideas que tanto nos hacen falta en la buena publicidad y sobre, en este caso, quién la mató y qué hay que hacer para pillarle. Vean.
It had been a long, hot, dull day. Longer and duller than a German sitcom. It was like that Andy Warhol film of the Empire State Building. Nothing was happening. I was bored. I needed a glass or six of something to make life interesting. Then she walked in. She had legs that were longer than Sunset Boulevard and more twists and turns than Mulholland Drive. Why don't you sit down?
Are you always this good at small talk?
Depends who's paying me.
I'm paying you.
Do what?
I want you to find out who killed the idea.
You what?
I want to find out who killed the idea.
How do you know it's dead?
Are you kidding me? Have you seen the state of creativity lately? Everything is all style, style, style. The idea is dead, and I need to know who killed it.
I had to admit she had a point. Everything was just style nowadays. Ideas were as rare as a funny line in a Kafka novel. Okay, sweetheart, turn off the waterworks. I'll take the case.
Thank you. Thank you.
But you better know, sister, I've got a feeling there are some powerful people who are interested in making sure that the idea stays dead.
But who would want to see the idea dead?
Think about it. The film and TV production companies, for a start.
Oh, excellent. We're going to be
You mean people like...
Shh. No names. You never know who's listening. Anyway, they're not the only ones.
There's more.
Sure, plenty more. All the critics.
But why?
If there's no idea, how do you know if anything is any good? And if you don't know if anything is any good, then you need someone to tell you. That's where they come in.
I think it's like the cosmos, like two throbbing orbs of life.
So, there must be quite a few suspects.
Mucho suspects, sugar. And we're going to need to ask a lot of people a lot of questions. This is going to take a lot of legwork. Grab your first, suitcase. This is going to take more working out than an installation by Christo and Jean-Claude. I was dead beat. My legs were aching from all the footwork. It had been heavy going. It had been that kind of day. A screwy kind of day when nothing made any sense. I'd been getting the real Jeff Koons treatment.
Get in.
Where are we going?
You'll find out.
You know the angle. On the outside, everything looks sweet and simple, but behind it all, you know there's something rotten going on. Oh, sure, I'd had lots of people telling me what an idea was. The trouble was, everyone gave me a different description. Maybe this idea had a lot of different disguises. Maybe there had been a whole gang of ideas working all over the place. But nobody seemed to know what had happened to it. Or them. Whatever it was, I was being paid to find out.
This is where you find out the rest of the story.
Okay, you need two things to commit a crime. Motive and opportunity. Let's start at motive. The motive is usually either sex or money. Unless you're Mother Teresa. Sure, there were motives, plenty. That was the trouble. There were too many motives. I thought I knew every inch of this dirty old town, but I'd never seen anything like this case.
Over here.
She stood in the doorway. She was as hard to spot as me in a Mondrian.
If you're the guy who's been nosing around about who killed the idea.
So what if I am? What drags your nose into it?
Maybe I got information.
Maybe, huh? I'll bet I know how I get to find out.
Put it away.
What's this?
You're going to find out.
So that was the problem. It was like the Kennedy assassination. There were too many suspects. Too many people wanted the idea dead. Artists wanted it dead because then they could justify whatever they did with long explanations. If it didn't have an obvious idea, you wouldn't know if it was any good. You'd have to read what it was supposed to be to find out. Planners and critics wanted the idea dead because it was a threat to their power base. If you had an idea, you wouldn't need a planner or a critic to analyze what you've done. No, the idea was too much of a threat. Sure, there were loads of people who wanted the idea dead, but who did the actual job?
Oh, I'm sure you brought all of your massive brain power to bear and cracked the problem.
Hang on, I wasn't speaking out loud. How'd she know what I was thinking? That was all in my head.
Hey, watch my lips. This is all in my head, too.
So it was you who killed the idea.
Me? If I killed the idea, then why would I hire you, genius?
Listen to that tone in your voice. What's the name for that?
Surprise me, Einstein.
Irony.
Did you read that one in the dictionary?
Sure, it was you. Irony. That killed the idea.
So you gave us irony. We gave you ironing. How'd you work that one out, Sherlock?
Irony is the opposite of an idea. See, an idea takes work. It It takes time and effort to come up with something good. But with irony, it's just the opposite. You write something really awful and crappy and pretend that you did it purposely bad. So the worse it is, the more it looks like you did it well. Don't even try to be good. Just be purposely bad and say that's good.
Okay, Daddy, but if I killed the idea, then why would I hire you to find out who did it?
What could be more ironic? You can always pretend you wanted me to find out you did it. Just the way people pretend they want their work to be bad. That way you win either way. Isn't that what irony is all about?
Okay. So you worked it all out. You used logic, brains, hard work to come up with the answer. But you know the joke. Nobody's gonna care. And you know why? Because nobody wants ideas, Seamus. The idea is dead. They want something with style, class, something empty perhaps, but aesthetically satisfying, something like me. They don't want something that's more interested in the thinking rather than what it looks like. Something like you.
She was right. She didn't have a brain in her body, but what a body. Me, I was stuck here with a brain and not much of a body. What next? Chase after her? Beg her to stay? Tell her I changed my mind and I was ready to throw out everything I'd ever believed in? Swear that for the rest of my life it'd be a case of function follows form? Or turn her in? Stay true to the core value I'd always considered essential to good art, to good design, to advertising, thought. The trouble was, right then I didn't have an idea.